Everything I'm about to talk to you today should be seen as entertainment purposes. I am not a financial advisor. You must, of course, do all your own due diligence. Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not. What's crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy O Sell. I hope you are all well. Today's video is on a merger. You know I love my mergers. This one's a big one. Before we get into it though, I want to remind everyone to please like, please subscribe, or go on the channel. We're doing really well, guys. The recent statistics has been fantastic based on the last couple of videos. Doing well, load of subscribers. I love you all. Thank you for doing that. Also, you are all adding me on Twitter. Keep doing that and getting me on the BHS DMV Instagram. I'm trying to grow that platform, guys. So I'm really excited about all the things that's coming in the pipeline here. I've done a whole big spreadsheet, plenty of good stuff coming your way, so it's important to hit that alert button as well. Also in the description below you will find a link to Free Trade. It's another platform where you and I both get a share up to £200 for free, guys, just by signing up. It's important to obviously have diversity in your portfolio, but why not also spread the risk across multiple platforms? I have 4 different brokers just to spread that, and that brings me to today's video. This video is a merger with one of the biggest brokers going, eToro. eToro is one of the largest broker platforms going, but just for those that don't know, this is their website. Slick. They do stocks and shares and ETFs at zero commission. They get their money from the slight bit of spread, a bit like Trading 212, but unlike Trading 212, they have cryptocurrencies, and the cryptocurrency market is absolutely huge. It's going to throb for many years to come, so that is a real difference. CFD trading as well is what they offer, again a bit like Trading 212. Oh, I like that United badge in the background as well there. That looks well on the Reds last night. If you scroll down here, also I want to talk about join the social trading revolution, connect with other traders, discuss trading strategies, and use their patent copy trader. So pretty much you can go on here, and this person here, Ruby Mez or whatever, you can see she's gained 56.49% in a year. Again, a wee bit like Trading 212 with the pies. You can copy their pies. Well, you can copy their strategics. You can copy, look at 75% gain. So in theory, this guy, you would say, knows what he's doing. You could copy his picks, or at least look at him, take information from it, and see how you can incorporate that into your portfolio. You can go on, type in, say, for example, Apple stock. It'll bring up all different features and people talking about it. You can talk about different stocks, and it'll just give you an idea of what the general feeling is within the eToro platform, what people are thinking about different stocks. Is it going to throw? Is it not? Is it a good hold long term? You know, that's very popular in this modern age, and I think eToro's doing an excellent job of being able to do that. Yes, you know, just to always compare back to Trading 212 because that's my main platform. Yes, Trading 212 has its forms, but this is a far better setup. It's far better laid out, in my opinion. It's far bigger, and with moving into America, that's huge. You know, if you go down and look at the reviews, you know, they're all great, 5 stars. They love the platform. You go down here, you can see here, you know, it is regulated by the FCA. It's got good security, you know, the privacy, all that kind of stuff. It matters. They take all sorts of payments, which is great. Big media outlets promoting it. You know, it's got everything about it that it just makes it seem solid and legit. Also, like other platforms, they do have all the typical stuff, you know, your news and your analysis, your financial market guidance, video tutorials, all of that, but they're exceptionally good at it. Social trading, and they even have their own podcast, so they're really, it's like everything you'd want to do with brokers, or everything you'd want to do with share game. You know, eToro is trying to give you that whole platform. If you go down to the eToro section here, investor relations, you go down here, you see as of March 16th, so a couple of days ago, well, 3 days ago today, the news broke, but only really a couple of days ago. Business combination of Fintech acquisition Corp V. eToro is world's leading social platform network to become a publicly traded through business combination of Fintech acquisition Corp V. And before we get into it then, so for those that don't know about SPACs, go check out my other videos. I've done plenty on them, but long story short, a SPAC is a company that goes onto the market with a valuation or whatever that may be. The idea is then companies like eToro or Lucid Motors or, you know, SoFi, the different ones that I've talked about before, come along and go, we will purchase this, because they've done all the legal work, all the hard business thing to get these things onto the publicly traded market. They come and buy it. Once the merger goes through, then what that means is that eToro or Lucid Motors or whatever the company is that's bought the merger pay off the remainder of the money that's owed, and that then becomes redundant, and then the ticker symbol and all that will just change to eToro or whatever the company may be. That's it in a nutshell, guys. This is the investor presentation. Just want to talk about the kind of growth potential you have here. So eToro at a glance, 605 million in 2020 revenue, one up 147 year-on-year growth, 1.2 million funded accounts, over 1,100 employees, which is huge considering this is all going to be mostly online. So that's a lot of employees to service this. So registered users, you can see here, guys, over the last 4 years, up, throbbing. Now, it's got a good rise. Just like Trading 212, they smashed their records as well year on year. It's grown. It's really went bigger and bigger, and there's a lot of different new platforms that have come into the market, and Trading 212 is one of them. eToro's been around for a longer while, but there's been plenty of these things. The historic ones really need to get into the game, because free trading seems to be the most attractive option for new people that are investing, and I get that because I set up my Hargreaves and Lansdowne account. I've done a video in my broker's video. Go in and check it out in the archives. It's a good idea to get a feel for. Pretty much, there's plenty of brokers out there, and the free trade ones are the ones that I would be picking for if I was a new investor, because you don't want to be taking £12, £13 hits to make one transaction. You want to maybe go in, and then you have those nervy feelings where you maybe want to sell, but you're freaking out because you're £12 hit and all. So it's good to have these options. You can see the regions here: Europe, Asia, Americans, Middle East and Africa. They're not huge. Obviously Europe is the massive market for them, absolutely huge, but they're really going to start branching into America. And there's a bit of an overview of the Fintech acquisition Corp. Look, you don't need to know too much about it. Just trust when I say that these guys know what they're doing. They've done many different acquisitions before. I have no issues with this merger going through, and that doesn't really matter too much about everything else, because that's ultimately all that really matters, is that will the merger go through. And obviously to date, we don't have a merger date yet. That'll come out down the road. So you can kind of see how it's progressed. So 2007 it was founded, it was moved on, they introduced Bitcoin in 2013, they've moved it on again, and then they started launching zero commission in 2019 and expanded into the US. Again, you can see that this is just getting bigger and better. It's the same with these here. Now what I will say is that we're all working from home, we're all staying at home, we're all looking for ways of making money, and that's obviously has been a catalyst for this to grow. But just like all my other stocks that I've talked about, just because the pandemic's maybe speeded these things up doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to go back to the status quo. I do believe all these changes that have happened will be staying for the long term, and within that, the more people get into it, the more people talk about it, even in my own circles. Maybe it's because I'm doing this YouTube video, and I've been doing it for a while now myself, but it seems to be behavior breeds behavior. So if I'm doing it now, Tommy and Mike and Tony, they're all doing it, and then Tony, Mike and Tommy will tell about Susie and Joe, and they'll all start doing it, and the next minute but yeah, look, that just shows you the age. So what you're getting is you're getting people in and around sort of in their 30s setting this up. Why would they stop? Especially if they go in now, they can invest in the way my whole channel is about. It's about growth stocks for the long term. So I'm not planning to ever stop doing investing. So I'm in at this age, and if I'm a customer of eToro and that's my chosen platform, why would I give up on this unless I took one hell of a gaping? There's no reason to. At the end of the day, believe in things long term. I will continue to invest for the next 30, 40 years. So if I can get in on an eToro, it's my chosen platform and I feel it's the best out there, there's no reason to leave. And people that they're locking in now, I would like to see the statistics, but I would believe that those people, the majority of them, will stay for a long time, and the thing will just keep growing and growing. So that's a bit about eToro. I'll not talk too much more about that here. This is the headline that came out then. So Robinhood challenger eToro could see a 10 billion valuation. I mean, that's a high valuation, guys, but it's not too high either. It's not like it's completely blown out. I mean, you think about the FTCV merger, there was a lot of hype. I don't think this is going to go up anywhere near the $60 highs, but we're sort of trading at around $12 high now. It only opened up at 10. I genuinely believe if you can get this in and around $12, like if you're buying today at sort of $12 or less, this is going to be a dream. The company said that in 2020 it registered more than 5 million new users and generated gross revenues of 605 million, representing year-on-year growth of 147%. It saw more than 75 million trades executed in the eToro platform. So, like I was saying, throbbing, and unlike many mergers, eToro's making serious coin already, and there's not many mergers that go through where the company's already profitable. I mean, I keep talking about FTCV just because it's my most recent merger video that I talked about, but that company had a lot of hype about it. Look what happened, but they're not making a bean. This company is making money. Alright guys, just going on the Trading 212 now, so even just on the front page, our growth in the last 12 months, you can see here, it's absolutely throbbed, which just shows the emphasis on these platforms and how bigger all this is getting. So I'm going to log in here. All right, guys, so you can see here it's been twiddling along, $11, $11, and then the news broke and obviously throbbed up. It has fell quite well back down again, which is a wee bit surprising, to be honest. But listen, that doesn't really put me off. It just means I'm getting in at a good price. So it's fell down again today. We're currently trading at about 11.83. I've already bought a couple, so I'm just going to buy just straight away. I'm not arsed about doing anything. You know, I'll buy 3 for now, 25. That's put me up just over 50 quid's worth then. And the plan will be, I'm just going to average into this year. Average up to about a position of maybe 250, 300 pound. Look, it's not going to be massive money in the thing. The idea and my intentions will be to swing trade this. We're getting in very early on this merger, and my merger experience has taught me that things will get a throb, but you need to know when to pull out to get the swing going. So for me, I'm going to buy in and around $12, not paying no more than that. I've bought about 50 odd quid's worth. We'll see what way it goes. I'm actually just looking at the markets here. It looks to be a bit of a bounce back. I'm actually 1% up now on that, like, so you know, hopefully it doesn't go much higher, but ideally I would like to get in and around $12 to through £300, and by the end of this day I'm going to have at least £100 in it, so that'll be a third of the money in, and then we'll phase the rest of it in over the next week. Idea is hopefully we get a good throb out of this thing, swing trade the life out of it here. I'm hoping for in and around sort of a 20% return on this on the play, which mightn't seem like a lot of money, but it's just a wee side pot for me. I am very excited about eToro, and I will invest in this here long term. It fits the perfect portfolio for me in terms of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for projects that are just going to grow, and I just think these types of platforms are nothing but throbbing years ahead of them. So that's my intentions with this, guys. Initially it's going to be a swing trade, play about with it, wait till after the merger, let the dust settle, and then I'm in on the eToro dream and holding for the long term. What's your thoughts on this one, guys? I'd love to hear it. Please like, please subscribe, go on the channel, and until next time, get me on the Instagram, BHSDMB. I love yous and leave yous.
Coincidence.
Yeah,
Coincidence.
something that happens by chance, I think not.